Welcome, everyone, to Passport Profiles, a Door and Destinations podcast. My name is Franco, and we are your friendly neighborhood travel advisors. Today, I'm really excited, babe, because we have a guest that has history when it comes to Hawaii. Not only is she an amazing human and she helps people and welcomes people to that beautiful island, but it's Emily. You want to toss it to Emily?
Sorry?
I would love to hear some more about you. Oh, it's not working.
Oh, absolutely.
Again.
Sorry. So I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay.
So my name is Emily Harper, and I'm the owner and CEO of Hawaii Flour Lei. We specialize in shipping freshly made lei nationwide and delivering locally, as well as welcoming visitors, as you said, to our islands on all islands at all airports. It's a very feel-good
Amazing.
business. We love what we do. And we're definitely about the deeper meaning of the lei. The lei symbolizes our connectivity as humans. It celebrates the Hawaiian culture, and is a true warm aloha welcome when people arrive. So
That's
it's the way to
amazing.
go.
That's
When you step foot here, it's the first thing you want to experience.
yeah, and I mean, I want to get. I know my wife's having technical difficulties today, but I do want to get into that. Like you mentioned, that is it is a very feel good profession that you got yourself into, and your company does well. You even said you have some famous clients, right? Like you mentioned that you had like
We do.
Jason
We do.
Momoa,
So,
I think. Yeah,
right. So I'm sure it's mostly his family members who place orders, but it's always under his name. And it's always for beautiful occasions like Mother's Day or family gatherings. He's been a wonderful supporter of our company. And my husband and I had the pleasure of going to the season finale of Chief of War at Hawaii Theater this past week, which was phenomenal for our
that's
culture
amazing.
here, and just what he has gifted the people here is amazing. Is
That's
a
great to
passion
hear.
project of his that came to fruition. Yeah.
Yeah, we spoke about it. I haven't yet seen it. It's on Apple TV, I believe, right? You mentioned. I have not yet seen it, but I've been dying to because it's Jason Momoa. I'm a big fan, and just it's true. Like there's not a lot of stories about the whole that the Polynesians and the Hawaiian, specifically the Hawaiian culture. There's not a lot of historical films about it. So I think it's interesting to catch. Yeah.
I think I can speak for most of us here. And when we first started watching it, to hear ʻŌlelo Hawaii being spoken, the actual Hawaiian language being spoken on the big screen, I mean, just tears.
That's amazing.
Nobody's even heard that language a lot around the world. So it's very meaningful to us.
Yeah, I know what I'm going to binge watch this weekend. But Emily, yeah, go ask.
64
Ah,
purchased an island. So this island is now still part of your family. I want to hear about that. Tell me more about that.
sure. Yeah. So my family came from New Zealand. They were Scottish, first of all, came to New Zealand and settled and had three generations there as sheep ranchers in Pigeon Bay, New Zealand. And in 1863-ish, Grandma Sinclair brought the three generations here to Hawaii. And I believe before that, she had made contact already with royalty and had that relationship established already. And when she came, she offered to purchase the island of Niʻihau, which is available for purchase from the king, with the caveat that she and her family take care of the island and its people. So, in other words, he was seeing what was happening in the culture and was very concerned about the future for his people. And our family absolutely agreed to do so and is still to this day stewards of the island. No one is allowed to go to the island. It's a private island. They call it the Forbidden Island because of that. And you have to be 100% Hawaiian to live there.
Oh, wow.
And they practice, yeah, so 100% Hawaiian. Only Hawaiian is spoken. The old ways are practiced, so fishing, hunting, natural ways of living.
That's
Yeah, so it's pretty
amazing. What's the
special.
population?
Yeah. Oh gosh, I think it's less than 100 people now,
Oh, wow.
which is
Wow.
a whole other topic to talk about, because the young people, they want to go to Kauai, the neighbor island, and have a bigger life, and some obviously stay, but it's a tricky situation in that regard for sure.
I'm listening to you talk, like, tradition. I mean, I think the older you get, the more you value tradition, right? And your heritage and all that. I think, and it's very hard, right, to keep that promise for so many years. And like you just pointed out, I mean, youth always wants to rebel and always wants to, go somewhere else. I mean, which I completely understand. They want new adventures and new things to see. I mean, it's incredible that it's lasted this long as the Forbidden Island. It's pretty interesting. And what do you know or have any backstory on why your great grandmother, Grammy Sinclair, wanted to come to Hawaii? Like, why particularly Hawaii? Was it she just saw an opportunity, or? Well, yeah, but
I think she she and her family fell in love with this place, but they passed it by. So they came through here and then continued, I believe, to California and other areas to explore where they wanted to be. But they just kind of, just like me in my life, just kept returning, just really, really felt a pull to this particular place. And generations later, it's so deep in our hearts. I mean, my family, I can't imagine being anywhere else on the planet. So her intention was to be a sheep rancher, so same as what they were doing in New Zealand. So as a practical reason, this island could provide what she needed to raise animals. But it quickly became more. It quickly became being a steward of the island, and really, I mean, my family all spoke fluent Hawaiian. It was important to them to honor the culture and to support what was left of it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It is beautiful. Great story. I told you this was a great story. It's going to be a great podcast. Emily's amazing and your family's amazing. You did mention that the lei has like a cultural significance, right? Like, what drew you? Like, what told you, hey, I want to get into the lei business, right? Like, what drew you to that? And what's a significant cultural historical fact about the lei that I think we all should know?
Sure. So what led me to start the business was actually greetings at the airport, because I was working at the time for the first online activity desk in like 1999, 2000, long time ago now. And we could not for the life of us find a wonderful company who would provide a great aloha greeting to people. It just was kind of hit or miss. And I had done that as a summer job all through high school. I was a greeter at the airport and I loved it. And I thought, wow, how is there not this like a wonderful company representing the aloha spirit, and it's such a simple, loving thing to do. So anyway, I started the company because it just really didn't exist. It only existed for big groups, cruise lines coming in, that kind of thing, but not for an individual family. So we started leigreeting.com for individuals or families or honeymooners or whatever who want to experience that first aloha welcome. And the company quickly became more, we started shipping. And for me personally, it was connection to my roots here. It was connection to just sitting on the grass and getting my hands sticky and making plumeria lei for my tutu when I was little. Or, just that connection. It's so inexplicable. I can't even put words around it. But aloha means so much more than just what people think it means. It doesn't just mean hello. It's like deeply rooted in our hearts and our beings. And so when you make a lei, and it's, first of all, it's a circle, right? So it's symbolizing our connection to each other, our connection to the earth, our connection to the divine, all of that. And when you give a lei, you're giving all of your intention, right? So you're making it with your intention and your love, and then you gift it to this person who you love, and they're wearing your care and your love, literally. So to me, that's what we're doing. That's what we're helping. We did an Aloha Festival in Arizona for many years, and I would have people coming up to me in tears, just saying, "Oh my God, thank you. You sent lei for my father's funeral. You sent lei for my wedding," and just how deeply meaningful it was to them to have local Hawaiian flowers being shipped across the ocean for those special occasions, which are, without lei, there's no special occasion here. Like, we have to have lei for everything. It's extremely important to us. It's the way that we honor each other and celebrate life. So
that's like, I'll never look at a lei again like the same, because honestly, like, and that's, I think that this is like an underlining theme, and we talked about it in our pre-interview. Like, Hawaii, because of its beauty, has gotten this like stereotype, or not stereotype, but the stigma of like, hey, it's another beautiful island where I could drink my pina coladas in the beach. But there's so much culture.
It's funny. I think the ocean, even. That's how I see it.
But I think the mass amounts of people have a very frivolous way of looking at Hawaii. Well, yeah, she spoke about the Caribbean too, about that. And it's true. Like, I feel like Hawaii has so much culture and so much history that I don't think we tap into enough, as the mainlanders, if you will, or what have you,
Yeah. Well, I think it's just a lack of understanding. It's a lack of knowledge, right? And I mean, in the United States, the rest of the country, I don't really think people learn much about Hawaiiana or our history. Maybe they do, but I don't think it's much. So a lot of times people will come here with the intention of just having a beautiful getaway and a beach experience, which of course we have amazing beaches and trails. And I mean, the nature is unbelievable here. I when I travel and I come back here, I'm always like, oh, I'm home. This is my favorite place in the whole planet. I love to travel, but I love coming home. I mean, the best part of travel is coming back to this beautiful place. But they're always left with this deeper experience that they had no idea was possible. They come and they feel this genuine aloha from the local people here that they didn't know they would experience. And they're like, what is that? I want more of that. And that's what makes people come back again and again and again. Not for the beaches, but for the culture.
That's great.
I do.
Ask them. Sorry, I still can't hear you very well.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me now?
Okay.
So,
yes.
When they were, we're hours ahead. And so my day had started and I texted them, said, did you get your leis? And I didn't hear anything. And I'm like, oh my God, what time is it? And I'm checking my phone. And then about an hour later, now it's nighttime, she texts me. She goes, my mother and I literally almost slept in them. We were in them all day to the point where the flowers were like coming off of it. We didn't want to let them go.
Yeah, that's wonderful. They were happy. But now that you gave us, now we're going to dive into, now that we know who you are and your passion and now this connection with Hawaii, we are going to test your knowledge, which you'll probably beat us, but because you seem so knowledgeable. But I figured, why not? I'm going to try to like get her right. So fact or fiction, we're going to tell you a statement and then you have to let us know if it's fact or if it's fiction. Right. And it's all based around Hawaii. And again, I don't know how to pronounce this. I don't want to butcher it, but Niʻihau, right?
Niʻihau. Yep.
Niʻihau. Okay. I butcher everything, so I apologize. Okay. So you want to do the first one, Beth?
Is the only place in the United States where Hawaiian is the first and primary language spoken at home.
Fact or fiction?
She answered that.
Fiction, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it's fiction. But
really,
Hawaiian and English are both the primary languages equally. But the Hawaiian language really only started being restored in the 1980s. Around 1987, the ban was lifted because they were actually not allowed to speak Hawaiian for many, 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 many years. Unfortunately, the culture was literally just squashed. So I wish Hawaiian was the primary language spoken at home. That would be a beautiful thing.
But they say specifically,
that's just starting now.
Well, you know what? It's actually fact because I based on our research, and this comes from University of Hawaii. Yeah, this is just Niʻihau, the island of Niʻihau.
Oh, I didn't catch the first part of your sentence. I'm so sorry, it cut out. I thought you said Hawaii. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Niʻihau. Absolutely, that's true. Fact.
Okay,
sorry.
Okay. So you got it. You got this one. That's why. Okay,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it says 70% of the residents there, which if you said it's 170 people, that's their first language. That's before English. English is their secondary.
Yes, that's fact. I'm sorry. I thought you said Hawaii because I didn't hear the first word.
It's okay.
What was that? I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Maybe we should share a mic. I don't know.
Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gotta go in there.
I am in here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
You see, you gotta go in. You gotta go in there.
No, but I just love that information because I didn't know that about in 1987 that they were not allowed to speak their language, and I think that's important to share. And I love that we're learning about that because you're right.
1987. Right. Sorry, that year was the year it was lifted. So, and I actually went back to college late and finished at University of Hawaii, and I didn't finish till 1999. And for the first time ever in my life, I heard the Hawaiian language being spoken on the campus, and it was so moving. So it's, I mean, it's from there to now, it's growing and growing and growing, and it's a beautiful thing. But yeah, it's taking time.
That's amazing. That's good. Yeah, I'm gonna talk. Okay. All right. Fact or fiction? Hawaii is the only U.S. state that commercially grows coffee, cacao, and vanilla beans.
True. Fact.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we're not gonna beat her. We're not gonna beat her. Yes, you're absolutely correct.
Matter of fact,
Go.
no, yeah, I was just going to say, matter of fact, we have a family property in Laie on the island of Oahu, and Laie Vanilla, which is a local company out there. We've allowed them to grow on our land, and so we have this community partnership with them, and their vanilla is unbelievable, grown here, and so a lot of the local restaurants will buy the vanilla from them. Yeah, it's really special.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're definitely visiting you when we go to Hawaii. That's all I'm saying. All right, yeah, because what I read here that the Kona region is famous for coffee, but Hawaii also grows cacao from chocolate and vanilla orchids. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's amazing. All right, baby, you want to try the? No, you want to?
No, can you hear it?
You gotta go deep.
Deep. My lips are touching the microphone.
It has to be touching.
So on the island of Niʻihau, residents travel exclusively by horse because there are no cars allowed on the island. True or false?
True. Yeah.
What? Really? Okay, because
Yes,
then
true.
my research is horrible then because I got fiction that while Niʻihau is off the grid, residents use pickup trucks and bicycles. Horses were common in the past, but not exclusively today. Is that true?
Okay, yeah, no, I'm sure that's true. No, I'm sure your research is right.
Okay,
I,
no,
I,
I just
I
want to.
highly doubt there's too many. I highly doubt there's too many pickup trucks. It is a very small island, but yeah, that's good.
I mean, I trust you now
I
over
always understood
ChatGPT.
it was
I'm not
only
gonna lie.
horseback. I always was told that it's still only horseback, but that's
Oh, really?
maybe hearsay from the family. Yeah.
All right, last one.
What's that?
This has been on my mind. This last fact or fiction, and this is the lei tradition started as a Hollywood invention to welcome tourists back in the 1950s. True or fiction?
Like the whole lay business starting in the
No,
1950s?
the whole lei, the whole the lei tradition, the whole lei.
No. Right. Fiction.
You're true. Centuries ago.
Go finish.
Sorry,
Okay.
I can't.
Yeah, because your mic sucks. Okay, so the lei so the lei giving dates back centuries, obviously in the Polynesian culture, and it's used in rituals, greetings, and celebrations, like you mentioned. Hollywood just popularized it. But yeah, there you go.
And
Fact or
actually,
fiction?
like the boat days really made it popular as more commercial thing. When a big, ocean liner would arrive, then people just knew they could make some money. So they would string lay and sit at the harbor and wait for people to come off and, sell their lay. So that began the sort of the commercialization of it. That was more of the turn of the century. Yeah.
That's great. You see,
But, back in
sorry. Yes.
Oh no, I was just going to say back in ancient Hawaii, there really weren't very many lei flowers. And a lot of people don't realize that the flower lei is a relatively new thing. So Maile from the rainforest, the fragrant vine, was part of the culture. Shells like the one that I'm wearing, these are from Niʻihau. These are kahelelani shells found only on Niʻihau and some shores of Kauai. That's more, and feather lei, like you see in the show, Chief of War, if you see the feather lei on the as worn as a lei po'o. But flower lei are more of a modern day invention. And a lot of the flowers that are here are from somewhere else. They're not native flowers that we use for lei making. So, but the meaning and the love is still there.
But that's incredible because the famous, like I think of LA and I think just flowers, and it's incredible that that's actually
Yeah.
like a new thing. It's not necessarily the traditional thing. That's impressive. No, you know the wealth of knowledge that she's giving us.
I love that.
Look, it looks like we're gonna kiss.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Get a little closer.
All right, so that was it. So now we're gonna get into wanderlust, and this is to me what we talked about. The importance, right? And this is the heart of the show and the segment. Really, this is where you kind of guide us, right? Like the cultural significance. And I think you mentioned that you were even gonna the important culture that gets kind of like overlooked in Hawaii, and maybe you could even kind of provide us some trips that could help amplify, Hawaii in a more cultural way versus a more vacation, pina colada way.
Like an off the beaten path.
Exactly. Thank
There
you.
you go.
You heard her.
Yeah.
Did you hear her, or you
Sure.
just did you hear her there?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
That mic is good. Thank you. Yeah, so I mean, in general, I know people come here for the beauty, as they should. There's so much beauty, and there's so many beautiful hiking trails, which I highly recommend on every island. I'm a big hiker myself. And more of the remote parts of the island, like I'm on the island of Oahu, which has Waikiki, right? Where a lot of people are familiar with Waikiki and Diamond Head. That's the iconic piece of this island and all of the whole state. But if you were only to go there, that's sort of the Disneyland version. It's all just for people's comfort and ease of experiencing the place, which is fine. There's surfing there. There's culture there for sure. But to venture out, that's what I would highly recommend. So like my place, my family place in Laie, for example, is kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's actually not even the North Shore. It's like on the way to the North Shore. North Shore has become very popular for the surfing beaches and whatnot. So if you can go to a beach, that's in a little bit more of an obscure spot, or the West Side, which I absolutely love, is I think the most stunning beaches on this island. Makaha, um, Makua. It's absolutely gorgeous. But so I had a friend recently visit here with her daughter who just graduated from high school, and she stayed with us and we had a wonderful time. But I noticed every morning they got up really early and they had something scheduled every single day, and they were all volunteer opportunities. So one day they went to Alohi, which is a taro farm, right? And they just talked with the farmer there who was Hawaiian, and learned about the lo'i and learned how to clean it and the cultural significance and the land itself, how long his family had had it. And she and her daughter absolutely loved that. They did a fish pond, same thing, cleaning out a fish pond, invasive species removal. And it may sound like work, but I know ecotourism is becoming more of a thing globally as well. So this may appeal to some people. Some people know, but even if you're not into service work like that, there are so many opportunities here to just learn a little bit about the place. And it's not just about feeling a responsibility to do that. It'll actually fill your soul. It's the history here is so rich. For example, on this island, Oahu, this is where the palace was built by Kalakaua, and it was the first building in the United States to have electricity before the White House, right? So people don't know
That's
that. The
amazing.
Hawaiians were very sophisticated. Hawaiian royalty in particular, were very sophisticated. Kalakaua in particular was very interested in travel and learning the latest, greatest things that everyone was doing. Very interested in being an equal in the world, right? Visiting England and learning about the royalty there. Their, their outfits were fashioned as such. The palace was designed that way, and it truly is a royal palace. It is absolutely gorgeous. During the transition from when the U.S. took over, they actually um, took over the palace as offices, and all of the beautiful ancient, like beautifully made furniture was auctioned off, and it was very sad. But the restoration is still in process today, and you can visit now, and a lot of the furniture has been returned by citizens who had it and recognized, oh my gosh, this was in the palace, I'm going to give it back. So the whole community is coming together to restore the palace, the culture. There's a real resurgence right now in Hawaiian culture that I've never seen before in my lifetime. And it just really fills my heart with pride. it's time, definitely time to learn, and time to, you can see this all around the world right now too. Indigenous cultures are rising up, and what's more important even is those of us who aren't Indigenous are reaching back. We're interested, we want to know, and we want the wisdom, because we need it, like right now, in order to move forward with all of our issues that we have. Without that ancient knowledge, I don't think we can do it. It's like a returning to the truth.
Yeah, and I'm hearing you talk, and it's something that I've been battling with, or not battling, but like thinking about a lot about. It's like we're living in such an advanced civilization, right? Quote unquote. I'm doing air quotes, and not really. I feel like the past, and to your point, the past has so much to teach us that I feel like we've lost. Yeah. Like again, that unity, that whole symbolism, words like honor, words like, I don't know, like tradition. Like I just feel like the past has so much to teach us now. And I feel like the only way that we could truly advance is that we need to go back and learn and say, okay, what do these words mean? What do these traditions mean? Like, we have to go back to a humanity, because I feel like the more advanced we get, the less human we become, and it's kind of scary, So I'm glad that's happening in a way that we do need to kind of tap back and say, man, this is why human beings are kind of pretty important, and I'm glad it's happening. I'm glad it's happening for Hawaii. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Me too. Me too. I want to share, because you mentioned words. I want to share, there's a term called mālama pono that's pretty commonly used here with local people in Hawaiian culture. Mālama means to care for. Pono means so many things. It's hard to put it into English words, but basically it means integrity, right? And someone a kumu who I just had lunch with the other day, she said, what flipped the script for her with that term was to say to herself, I'm going to mālama my pono, right? So I'm going to take care of my integrity. And if each of us did that, from small children all the way growing up, the ripple effect would be so profound. we would then care for ourselves, therefore care for each other, and and on and on and on and out. And for me, that's what I get from Hawaiian culture. And I think that's what visitors get when they truly do immerse themselves and they want to learn and they want to connect. We're here, like, we want to connect, especially Native Hawaiians. They're interested. If somebody's interested in them, they will light up and happily share. This is something that needs to find a voice, find a platform. And so anything we can do to support that, I think, is wonderful. So if visitors feel called to support that, great. If they don't, supporting our economy is great too. But there are lots and lots of ways to learn. I mean, whether you go to Volcanoes National Park on the Big Island, which is my favorite places on the entire planet. New Earth is being birthed there every day. You can see an active volcano.
That's awesome.
I think they're on like the 42nd episode. They call them episodes when it starts to erupt. And just recently, this year, there's been 42 or something like that eruptions. And you can just walk right up because it's a shield volcano. Yeah,
is that normal?
Yeah, we go through time periods. It's normal for time periods. When I was a kid in the 80s, that there was a big time period of a lot of eruptions, and then there's a big pause for many years. You don't have any, but so yeah, they can measure it. They know when it's kind of coming, and it's, like I said, it's relatively safe because it's kind of contained. It's not explosive, right? So it's so cool. I mean, it's an amazing experience.
That's, like, I'm telling you, like I told you in our pre-interview, I was like, typically Hawaii hasn't been in my bucket list, but after talking to you, I'm like, yeah, I think I kind of want to check it out now because like I told you, we love the culture, we love the history, we're nerds like that, right? Yeah. We love that, and now there's so much depth after talking to you. So thank you for coming on, because it's like amazing.
Just to jump on those coattails. Yes, we live in Miami, so we are 20 minutes from the Bahamas. We're in the Caribbean. We grew up like on the weekends, we would be on a boat and we're like, oh, let's just go to Bimini. And we would just, in the same day, as long as we all had our IDs, we could go to the Bahamas for the day. So for us, like, the Caribbean it's 2 seconds away. So we're, when we want to travel, I don't think of another island. We always think of something with the mountains and like snow, because we want to see the opposite. But it's funny. It's interesting. The last couple of months, I've had a couple of clients headed to Hawaii. And, I've been digging crazy into research and we're hikers. We are true hikers. So for me, I'm like looking at all these trails and I'm like, I want to do this. Look at these landscape. Look at this. And I'm like, can we rent a boat? And so I started going down these rabbit holes and now it's just wild. And now I have another family that's going to be there this summer. And I'm planning their trip. So it's just interesting. So I'm excited. I would love to visit. Definitely. Yeah. Oh, we lost her.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I think we lost you.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. All right. So,
Am I back?
okay.
You are.
You're back. Sorry. All right. Well, thank you for that. That was an amazing segment. Honestly, it's one of my favorite segments we've had in this show. So thank you for that. You've been a lay in our show. So thank you. Now, I mean, we are coming down to the final stretch. I think we should do a one mic show all the time. I love getting this close to you.
Yeah, it's nice.
So we here in this Dorian Destinations passport profile, we got inspired by James Lipton from Actor Studio, and we ask about 5 questions. We call it the Dorian questionnaire. That's like travel themed, but it's to really get like an in-depth feel of how you see travel, right? So are you ready?
Okay.
All right, I'm going to ask the first one. Besides Hawaii, what other destination really has transformed or really made an impact on your life?
Definitely. I was only 23 years old, but definitely Africa. I went to Kenya and then the Masai Mara. And I can't tell you, I felt like I was home. First of all, it's similar to the islands, which is weird, like a lot of the same plants, but also the same vibe. I think it's the indigenous, like it's like we're with indigenous people, and then also the white people were very much like my family because they'd been there for like 8 generations and they wouldn't live anywhere else. And I don't know, it was just so sublime to be in that nature and with the animals and oof, yeah, I want to do that with my children someday. That's my dream to be able to do that with them.
Nice. That's a good one. All right. If you
Yeah.
could pack only 3 items for every trip, what would they be?
3 items. Hmm. I mean, I'm just thinking practical. My hiking shoes, right? Definitely, because I want to do a hike wherever I go. I want to be in nature, and probably my bathing suit for the same reason. Like even if it's not the ocean,
Yeah.
it's like maybe a mountain lake, um, and then just a journal or something to capture the time that I have. Yeah, something that grounds me.
A great answer.
It's really funny. We ask almost the similar questions. We have like that same kind of base. And I would have to say the majority of the women that we ask all say a journal. Like they want pen and paper. They don't write it in the phone. It's pen and paper. I think that's like a true like wanderlust traveler.
Yeah.
Like, because I think person that
Yeah.
enjoys traveling wouldn't do it, but those people that really want to be in the moment, it's just funny like how we've gotten
Right.
that same.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's because I personally
would never.
I would never journal. Like, you know what I mean? I don't, because I feel like when I'm journaling, I just feel like I hear a voiceover. Like, because so my roots,
Right.
I love television and film. So I've seen so much content that everything to me is like a movie or like an episode of something. So if I see myself writing on a journal, I just hear that voiceover like, oh, I'm here today. And, like, so I just can't do it. It's distracting.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, next
That's
question.
really funny. I love that.
Next question. All right. What sound or smell instantly transports you back to Hawaii?
Ginger. The fragrance of white ginger.
Ginger.
I have a quick story. So I was in college on the mainland, and on Lay Day here, which is May 1st, we have Lay Day, not just May Day. And it was my first time away, right, for that day. And my grandmother sent me this mystery box, which is probably why another reason I got into the business. And I opened it, and before I could even see what was in it, the smell hit me, and it was a ginger lei. and I
God.
cried immediately. So she
Oh.
lived on top of a mountain, and we would hike together. And the smell of ginger in the rainforest here is like
Oh.
unmistakable and really strong and fragrant and lovely. And yeah, ginger for sure. Instant
That's
transportation.
amazing.
All her stories are.
I got teary eye.
I'm telling you, that's amazing. That's
Yeah, I
beautiful.
did.
Sap.
She's not a sap. She's Irish.
The sense of
I'm telling you, she's not a sap.
the sense of smell is very emotional, isn't it? It's like you
Yes.
smell something if it reminds you of your oh my gosh, it's so powerful.
For me, it's the cooking of like chicken soup. Like when it's cooking on the stove, that's my grandma. Like yours is ginger and hiking. My grandparents were a little lazy, like in that sense. They never hiked, but they cooked a lot. But yeah, that chicken soup for me is that's my grandparents right there.
I feel
Yeah.
that. That's beautiful.
All right, so this is a good one. I always love to hear what everyone has to say for this one. But who historical, they could be past, present, alive, dead. Who would be the past historical or future or present historical figure that you would want to go on a trip with, and where?
Oh my goodness.
It's a good one, I know.
Historical figure. Oof. I mean, this is weird, but I've always been drawn to India and I haven't been. I would love to talk to you guys if you've been, but and it's a big ask, but if I could ask the universe for anything, I would hang out with Mahatma Gandhi and have him show me like the real culture there and what was meaningful there and how he grew up and all of the places that were meaningful to him. I think that's what I would do. If I could pick anything in time. Yeah, I'm still
That's a
so
good-
drawn
that's
to
a
that
good
place,
one.
and I really don't know a lot about it, but there's a strong pull there for sure.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
okay?
we had I think I told you, we had a spiritual advisor like break down why certain people have a certain pull to
Yeah.
certain places. So I need to figure out your astrology. What sign are you, by the way?
I'm a Leo.
A Leo. Okay, so we're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna email you, Leo, and your compatibility with India.
Yeah, because she was saying that obviously the time and the date that you were born, but depending on your
Yeah.
your sign is different countries of where and why you are drawn to places. And it's wild. I have never been to
so cool.
Israel. I was raised very Catholic, but for whatever reason, I have this draw for Israel. I do not know why, and it's the weirdest thing that I have to get there. So one day I will get there. So really strange, right?
And was that a match for you? Did she say that was a match for you?
No.
No, she broke down certain cities and just certain like I think she said that you connect with Miami, which is weird.
No. I was Aquarius. No, I wasn't Miami. Miami was Virgo.
A Virgo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, but we'll
interesting.
yeah, we're gonna get yours sent to you. All right, so this is the final one. When your journey is over, how do you hope people remember the way you traveled?
Oh, with thoughtfulness and kindness and connection. That's the way I hope to be.
That's a good one.
Experienced.
Well, I could tell you the short time that we've gotten to know you, I could tell you that you are thoughtful and you are very spiritual and you're very connected. So we thank you very much because you technically put a lei on this podcast. And we appreciate you. I don't know. Do you have anything? Yeah.
Anything to do with history and culture. So when you're talking, I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah,
Wonderful. Well, I hope you get here and visit. I would love to show you around.
No, that's happening. That's happening. So for
Good.
sure.
Good.
So, but thank for our viewers. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you see a new light on Hawaii and the beauty that it holds. Thank you so much. Please check out Emily and HawaiiFlowerLay.com. Again, you guys send them, right? You guys deliver. So
You do.
so that's amazing. Yeah.
that's amazing. So please put a lei on people you love and use HawaiiFlowerLay.com and ask for Emily, and she'll be more than happy to help you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emily.
Thank you so much.
It's
my
been great.
pleasure.
Ciao.
I'll-